Hi, CTE lab students. Today, what you're going to do is you're going to start on a Frankenstein, but I want to show you how to do Frankenstein's hair an easy way, and it's called the curvature tool. Now, yesterday you learned a little bit about the rotate tool right here, and then also the scale tool. Those are real important tools. But right now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you this curvature tool. Now, it's going to have you do some things with the pen tool and the pencil tool, but the curvature tool is one of my favorite tools. It's a lot easier to deal with um, than the pen tool. So what you're going to do is make sure you just get into a blank document. I want you to practice this, okay? And press D to get white fill and black stroke. Okay. Now, guys, if this ever comes up and it doesn't look right, you can always go to Window and Workspace and then go into reset the workspace. I have to do that a lot because I'm always pulling panels out. But for right now, what you're going to do is you're just going to practice this. So you're going to go down to the sixth tool, which is the curvature tool. And then I'm going to show you how to draw Frankenstein's hair, just starting with the curvature tool. And then what you'll do is, and you can see how it's creating curves. You're not having to, you're just clicking and then dragging. And then I'm going to drag up here to add some more hair. And the key here is you've got to go back to where you started and click. Now, see, I didn't do that. So I've got to make sure that I go back to where I start and click. Okay, now I've got something here that I can now fill in, I hope. We'll see. Okay, and so that's his hair curvy. But what you can do is you can hold a modifier, and the modifier will let you do points where you want to. So I'm going to show you another way to do Frankenstein's hair, but I'm going to go back to my default colors just to practice. Let me go back and then I'll start. I'm going to press escape if I can't get out of that curvature tool. And I'm going to show you another way. So I'm going to click one time and then I'm going to hold my Alt key. That's called a modifier. And what that does, and I hate having a fill on here, is that you're going to make points. Okay. And I've got the fill on here, but I hate that. And I usually draw without the fill being on there. And I'm going to go back up to my move tool. I'll switch tools, and you can see there how it's got points. There's lots of different things you can do. I know it tells you to do the pen tool, but I just love the curvature tool. I'm going to show you, I'm going to delete this one, and I'm going to go back to the curvature tool, and I'm going to take the fill off, and you're going to have just white fill. But I like drawing with the curvature tool that way. It lets me see where my points are. So I'm going to click on my first point, and you would use a modifier. And in this case, it's Alt. So click on Alt, and it lets you do what you call it, points. Then you can go back to the top and then make your curves for Frankenstein's head. Okay, that looks good. I stopped it, and then and Frankenstein's not going to have perfect hair, but he needs to have hair. Okay, so there's two different ways with the curvature tool, and the thing I want you to do first is practice on the hair, and then you can get into a new document to create Frankenstein.